Boom. Good morning. This is the morning motivation. I am Thomas Warden. That's Julio Reyes. You got Scott Woods. You got Tim. You got Jay John Surprise. You got Shannon. You got John Marks. You got Patty. You got Tina. And you got Ryan in here right now. Shiloh just stepped in, and many more will be coming in here this morning. And these are entrepreneurs from across the world that are bringing their energy this morning to kickstart your day, to make sure that you're getting up and putting the energy that you need to you. Because if you don't get up and you have that happiness and you don't have that passion to get up to what you want to do on a day-to-day basis, then why are you getting up? You know? So that's what we had to figure out in our life. Why are we getting up? Well, we found a passion. We found a drive. We found something that is moving us and that we want to get out of bed because we want to bring this information out here to the world so y'all can feel and know the energy that you can have, because it's all a thought process. It's a thought process that you start your day with in your life right here, like Julio show, right there. What are you thinking when you first get up? If you were thinking those thoughts of, oh, shit, it's another Monday, well, then guess what? You're going to have a shitty Monday, I promise you, because you are bringing that energy on, because that's what you're bringing the vibrations back to. You know, so likes attract, right? Drama likes drama, negative likes negative, positive people like positive, high energy people like high energy people. Why? Because those that don't understand how we got to this high energy state, those that are still down here, it's not the right people to talk to sometimes, because they are not ready to receive the energy or the vibration or what you truly have. So a lot of people, what do? They try to bring their energies back down to the situation or the room or the drama. And then guess what? That drama now sucks them in because they brought their energy levels back down to it. So we're here each day, and especially on this Monday morning, the most dreadful day that most people say they have, it's because that's a thought process that they have put in their head. If you don't like your job because you hate the people you work with, why don't you look at reshifting your life to something different? Because I promise you, if you're a nurse and you don't like those people you work with at that hospital, there is another hospital in that town, I promise you. You know, if not, there's another one in the next town or the next state. So no matter what you're doing or working with in life, just know you are not rooted where you're at. If there is something more that you need and feel in life, know that you don't have to stay right there at the homestead because that's where mom and dad's still out. Yet know that you can spread those wings and go explore and take this journey of life like we have. We take this journey of life and we get up every day with a happiness now because we know where the darkness is at and we know how to control that darkness. We have a light within and we know how to tap into that light within. That light within is what has shined me out of the darkness and brought me into a whole different realm of life. And it's bringing the energy in here in the morning times to know that the words that you're starting with is the words that is what's going to shift your life. A lot of people say you're crazy and it doesn't work that way. I promise you, I got many people that can show testimonies on. There's many people in here on a day-to-day basis can show those testimonies on of what they have done just by changing their thought processes of the words they give them to say, I'm going to have a good day today. I love myself very much, and I believe in everything that I do. The words and everything that we talk about all the time that doesn't matter, just remember, keep that on a day-to-day basis. Now, the next thing is, what are you doing to take action? What are you doing to move your life? What are you doing? Are you writing goals? Are you watching some self-development courses? Are you going to some self-development courses? Are you going to what we call masterminds or workshops? You know, because there's all kinds of Zoom meetings just like this all over that are people assisting and giving information, you know, because we are a bright light. Yes. We are an energy. Yes. Tap into it. Yes. Is it a daily practice? Yes. It is something that you're going to have to keep your energy on. Yes. It is something that you're going to have to start motivating yourself on. Yes. You know, but guess what? You're not alone. You have other people just like us right in here that if you have a time or need or something going on, brother, let me be your shelter. Call me for a moment. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's see how we can guide your energy into a different direction, because you are the one that has to do that. So whatever you're doing in your life now and you want to shift that career, then what do you do to have to shift that career? You know, to bring it to that next level that you want, or to move it into a different department. So me, I work by myself. I'm an entrepreneur, just like many people you see in this screen right here. So everybody that's catching that recording and you're not an entrepreneur yet, just know when you do step into that, there's many hats that you will wear. There's many things that you will have to learn to shift your energies. I had to learn a little bit about my financing. I had to get that shit in order. For me to be an entrepreneur by myself, Yeah. I now know where my money's coming in, and I now know where it's going out. Something I did, I just made it and, made it and paid. I was living off of that debt life. You know, I was the borrower. I borrowed money every shape, form, or fashion to have the things that I wanted to keep me going in the direction I wanted.
The word says, Thomas, that the borrower, okay, is servant to the lender. Servant. So until you manage that aspect, you will forever be a servant to whoever you borrowed the money from, or whoever you owe, or whoever you have to continuously pay to. Getting your mind out of that cycle and practicing the discipline that it takes in order to switch that. So hey, who said you couldn't be the borrower?
Thank you.
Think about that. Get yourself out of debt by practicing the discipline that is needed in order to get there. And then you'll set yourself up for a different situation. Somebody will be asking you for money. Oh, sure, no problem. By the way, there'll be some interest.
Yeah,
I'll be expecting some interest. Credit card companies love people who are in debt. Why? Because you're going to forever finance their new cars and their new houses and their new whatever, because you can't make that simple switch. It's a great point to hit, Thomas.
Yes, I do. That's now, like I said, I've gotten my life into order after what I have to do. I had to get a mentor, someone that was going to guide me and show me exactly, okay, this is what's going on. This is how you need to do it. And then this is where that needs to go. And now, like you said, I am now a lender. And yes, I do lend out. But yes, there is an interest rate and there is all kinds of stipulations to it. So not many people like my stipulations, so I like it that way. But you know what? I have found out that I can borrow from myself. I have started buying my vehicles through my cash that I have put up, and then I pay myself back with interest. So think about that one, guys. Would you like to buy your next house from yourself and then rent it out later too and make more income? Oh, there's all kinds of different tricks. There's fun in life. So just know that every area that you're working on, no matter what, you're going to have to get somebody to guide you. You will not know it all. Yes, we do, but yet it's locked away. So we have to get someone to guide us, to show us the correct directions, the correct knowledge, books, tips, stuff like that. What did they do? How do they do it? All of that. Because if they're making bukus of money and they're able to figure out how to make it more residual, that's what I'm looking for. So that's the people I've been talking to. How can I take my money and make it to where it's more residual money coming in for me? It's making money, not just sitting in a bank or sitting in a savings account making 0.001%. So I like to be able to work my money. I like to be able to work in my relationship area. So I went and got a mentor for that, which helped me out better within my relationship, and just who would know? It would be people in here that would help me, assist me, right? Because every person in here has something to bring to the table. Every person in here has been through a different journey in life and walked many miles in their shoes to be able to be talented and knowledgeable in what they do in their life and how they have gotten themselves into the area where they're at to be leaders. So I learned from everybody that's in this group right here that you see on this screen. And there's many more that I have mentors of. Just know that there's not just one mentor in life. You have many mentors within your lifetime, many journeys that you will take, many facets of you'll move your energies into of happiness and career, paths, because Julio said at one time that for about 8 years, he was a social worker, so, and then now he is an engineer for a large maintenance building, to maintain a building, supervising all that, making sure all the electrical and the water and the plumbing and, everything is being taken care of by the contractors and correctly. And all the tenants are happy, so me, I used to work as a, pipe fabrication. Then I moved into heavy equipment. And then, so everybody in here has moved into many different things because the energy, the happiness, the situation in life, now being able to come in here to have people that can guide you and slow up or how would you put it? Stop the process of so many of us having to try to trials and tribulations of by ourselves when we can listen to the people that have already succeeded. And if you listen to them, then you will know the curves that you can now bypass that won't take you so long to get there. I told my son, I said, you're 24 years of age. I said, listen to everything that your grandfather, which is a real estate tycoon in our area, listen to his father, stepfather, which is a boat captain on a big ass ship overseas. Anyway, they bring the big stuff back and forth, and he is the main captain. He had to learn the ship channels. He had to learn every buoy, every sandbar, everything throughout a lot of knowledge. The man is very, very knowledgeable. So I said, he likes to fish. He likes the water. We like water. I said, learn stuff from him. Learn stuff from your grandfather. Learn stuff from me. Learn stuff from the people that you have met on the journeys that I've brought you on. And I said, and then you're going to take those journeys, and instead of taking all the way to your 40s to figure out shit out, that where it took me all the way to my 40s, I said, we're going to lessen your trip. I said, because you're going to learn from their mistakes, my mistakes, and I said, you're going to listen to those people. And he does. He contacts Jeff Hughes all the time. He still, talk to Jen and David Keiko, the leaders within this organization. And they just chit chat, because when I took them on the trip for me to go get my knowledge, they were just along for the ride. But they got to meet them all and hang out with them and party with them and, have fun with them and commingle with them. And, so both of my boys now still talk to all of them guys like it's, tomorrow. Hey, how's today? So just know every person that you're going to meet is going to be somebody that's going to shift your life, because we all have something to bring to the table. Now, what are you going to bring to the table, whoever is watching this or listening this morning? I bring high energy. I bring motivation. I bring knowledge and stuff from so many different facets. Monday through Friday, we are all on here about the motivation and putting our energies to the next direction for our businesses and kickstarting our own butts in the morning to get up and say, I can do this. It's going to be a great day. Yes, I have this stuff going on in my life, but I'm learning how to maintain it. I'm learning how to get into a better focus and direction with it. And once I'm now learning how to do things with my body, like Marilyn has done, being in the situation she was at, she started reusing this and started bringing her energies into her body and helping re-heal some of the things that she was going through, and it still does today. And when she get up, she stays up and stays dedicated to it with a passion on a day-to-day basis, because it brings her good energy. It brings the energy back out that she can give back out. Her cup overflows with the good energy. So now when she brings those afternoon motivations, step on there and listen, because she's bringing some good energy, some good knowledge, and some good motivation. Why? Because we need it all through the day, not just in the morning time. So she is stepping out on the limb and started bringing out this, the live in the afternoon motivations, or middays, whatever it is. So knowing that we're all in here as a support and a collective collaboration of co-creators, as I say, because we're bringing something more to the table with all of our energies at one time. We're in here this morning thinking about positive energy. We're in here this morning thinking about positive words. We're all in here, thinking about that. So now, let's stop at the end and we do the affirmations of power, and you got that. All right. So, we do at the end, we're going to wrap this up with affirmations. And, and what is, that is a collective, collaborative energy at one moment, thinking about the same words that are coming out right then and there. So it makes it a core energy that we have within this computer screen. And my building is just fluctuating right now with the energy that we have coming out today. I promise you, it's a good day. Go ahead, Julio.
Yeah, I just, Tom, I want to talk about something that I did a go live on last week or a few days ago, and it's attitude. If like you don't, I want to tell you guys that if you don't know it already, whether it be the person that's viewing this or anybody on here, your attitude will determine, I want to say it determines your destination towards it all. If you do something with the best attitude, you'll get the best out of the situation. But if you do it with a poor attitude, with a poor heart, and you're not all in, and you don't give it your all, or you don't put your best foot forward, your passion, your love. It's kind of like when somebody, Thomas, you're from the South, so I know you can catch this one for sure. Where you get some really good Southern cooking, and you go, oh, you put your foot in this right here, and it's like somebody made that food with love, and they made it with passion. Like, oh, this is some good soul food. You put your foot in this food right here, baby, and it's like that. So if you can go about life with that mentality and approach every task, every goal, every duty, and not even that, the way you love, the way you act, the way you talk. People go, well, why are you always so loud, Julio? Why are you always so passionate? I get checked by my woman on a continual basis. Okay, we've been together for almost 5 years, and she is still learning that aspect of me. Why are you yelling? And I'm like, babe, look at me. I'm not yelling. I'm passionate about what I'm talking about. You can't be passionate about everything. Yes, I can. That's how I operate, man. You know, so if you do something, I've said it before, you know, if you ask somebody to do something and you ask the right way, they'll do, you know, even if they didn't want to do it, they'll go ahead and they'll do it because you asked them, like you made them feel a certain way about how you asked it. So, oh, sure, no problem. But if you say something with a negative attitude, you say something and your delivery, it isn't correct, and you do, be like, well, I don't want to do that stuff. You know, that's your job, or, you know, why should I have to do it? You know, and it's kind of like, you didn't ask the right way. You know, you have attitude. It's all about that attitude, all about that delivery, you know. So be honest with you, I'm passionate about everything that I do. And that's why it makes me a good, you know, employee. It makes me a good entrepreneur. It makes me a good father. It makes me a good husband. It makes me a good man in general. You know, I put my best foot forward in everything I do. Are there days when we get tired? Are there days when we get weary? Are there days when we get overwhelmed? Yes, we are human. We are fighting this freaking flesh on a daily basis because we are not just flesh. We are body, mind, and spirit, you know? And those things, I won't allow this limited thing right here, this limited thing, I won't allow it to dominate me because the spirit that is inside me is greater than this flesh. You know, that's why Thomas was talking about, you see my house, it'll be whoa, 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 operating like an oar. People see that on Thomas sometimes. Why? Because he's in tune to the spirit. And his delivery is always, you know, correct. Well, not always, for the majority of time, it's correct. You know, all of us. But it's not, like I said, we're human. So if you put your best foot forward in everything you do and you're passionate about that, wouldn't that be the best attitude to go forth with anything instead of saying, I can't, or I'm not able to? You know, it's kind of like, you know, we're all in that metamorphosis stage. You know, we haven't arrived, guys. I'm sorry, we just haven't. You know, and if you have arrived, give me your number. I want to know how you did it. You know, I want to know how you got there. You know, it's so quickly too, because, you know, you have people that have, you know, they lived to be 100 and something and didn't arrive. You know, they were still getting and attaining and, you know, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, whether it be of their body or learning something new, or, you know, learning a trade, learning how to do something better, learning, you know, family, learning, hey, I have the best dad in the whole wide world. Why? Because he does all of these things, blah, blah, blah. But he could have been a crappy husband. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. It's like people being the best version of themselves. At one point in time, I think, and us being formulated and us being created, and I mean by like our character, our morale, our principles, and things of that nature. A lot of us, unfortunately, you know, weren't built up the way that we were supposed to, and then we become adults and we come to this realization of reality in life and truths. You know, like if you were a spoon-fed kid and then your father and your parents, they kick you out in the cold and they're like, all right, you're going to learn what it is to earn all the things. And then boom, the world hits them, you know, like a ton of bricks and smacks them in the face. Oh, wow, I didn't know that paying bills was this difficult. I didn't know that managing money was this hard. You know, I didn't know that when you have a car, you have to have insurance on your vehicle, and you have to maintain that vehicle, and you have to put gas in that vehicle regularly. Well, I didn't know, because Daddy was putting gas in the car all the time. Daddy would take his car to get oil changes and pay the insurance and all. So it's like reality. It's like we were formulated to operate in a certain way. And then when we get to becoming adults, we look at life from a completely different perspective. You know, it would have been great if from the point of us, you know, being children, that was my phone vibrating, of us being children, notification, I silence my stuff off. You know, if we were built up in that way, can you imagine? Thomas was talking about, you know, that he's able to take his son, you know, and build him up in different ways so that way he can skip going through all the crap that Thomas went through. He can get a head start and get ahead faster. You know, are you passionate about that? Are you doing that? Are you investing that in your children and the people around you? Are you being used to that magnitude in that way? You know, I love to pour out into people, period. It doesn't matter. Man, lady, kids, it doesn't matter. I want to give them that spirit that I have. I want to give them that wisdom, that knowledge, that understanding, that passion, that fire in me. You know, I want them to know what that is, because in that you'll realize that your potential is endless. You know, there's a cup here of water, and there's only a certain amount of water in there. Okay, but as soon as I finish, can you imagine if the cup would just continue to fill up by itself no matter what? And everywhere I go, this cup just continued to fill up over and over and over again. That's your potential. That's the potential that's in me and the potential that's in each and every one of you. You know, but people don't realize that potential, you know, because they've accepted the limited. They've accepted the I can't mentality, you know, and at that, you know, when you start to operate under that, under limitations, then you don't have the best attitude about life. You don't have the best attitude. I have to do this and I have to do that, instead of saying, I get to do this. I get to do that. You know, be passionate about the things in life, man, and use that to drive you. Let that be the driving factor, and understand and know that your potential is unlimited, my friends. It's unlimited. You just got to see it within yourself.
Tap in.
That's right.
Oh, it sounds like a duck. That's why I was like, what's a duck in here today? All right. Yes, Brother Julio on fire once again, bringing the knowledge right there of just knowing what you have within you, and just knowing that everything that we do every day in here to bring that knowledge back to you. Just a reminder. We're like coaches. We're like, me as I was a safety man, right? So what did I have to do every morning? Every meeting, I had to repeat the same stuff sometimes. And yes, it might sound repetition in here, but yeah, there's some of the messages that you need to grab. And on some of the days, it might be just a different little wordage that grabs somebody's attention finally. And it's like, oh shit, ding, ding. Oh yeah, I got it. You know, because there's many different ways that it's brought to the table, but yet it's all the same information. What are you bringing from you here? That's it. I don't want to see you trying to be me. I don't want to see anybody trying to match Julio's smile. I want you to bring your smile to the table. Bring your authentic self to the table. That's it. Bring your love, bring your passion, your empathy, whatever it is that is in your heart that you want to bring back to the world today, get up and do it. Period. And do it every day. And then Julio is fun.
Can I bring up one other small note? And it's vital. It is a vital, instrumental, key factor in anybody that, you know, becoming what they want to, what they aspire to be. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Don't. When you start to compare yourself to anyone, you are shooting yourself in the foot every single time. You're holding yourself back. You know, I was in service yesterday, and the analogy was fantastic, where he tied a rope, pastor tied a rope around his body, and he gave the entire sermon with the rope tied around his body, and the other part of the rope was off stage, but he would be limited, you know, and where he could actually go, you know. And then afterwards, he revealed towards the ending, you know, and closing out the sermon, you know, that there's things that are holding you back, that are weighing you down. So by doing and comparing yourself to somebody else, that's what you're doing. You're weighing yourself down. You're limiting your own potential. That person isn't you. They didn't have your upbringing. They didn't have your finances. They don't have any of the things that help to make you who you are. They're completely different. Completely different. Look, see this? Has an identity on there. There's a certain pattern that's on my thumbprint. Nobody has it. Even if I had a twin brother that came out of the same womb, was in the same sack as me, we would not have the exact same identity. So why compare yourself to anyone? Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't limit your potential. You are you. You're not Thomas Warden. You're not Julio Reyes. You're not anybody else. You know, unlock the potential that's inside of you. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't hold yourself back. Because by comparison and comparing yourself to another man, another person, on what they have and what you don't have, that's what you're doing. Be the best you can be today. Do the best that you can do today. And that's where your unlimited potential is unlocked. That's what your unlimited potential is. Don't limit yourself. Do you think, Thomas?
Yeah. Oh, no, I was saying I was having somebody else joined in. No, but yeah, you're talking about soul food there earlier, and it caught my attention, and I laughed because yesterday we were sitting there talking, and we're sitting in their swing out there, and a friend of Carol's called and was feeling down, so she wanted to ride to the lake, go check it out, hang out, check out her cabin up there, and they're doing some work on it. So it's like, okay, yeah, let's go. It's a good ride for the day. I grabbed my camera, we got dressed, we went, and we was already talking about what we was going to do for supper. So it's like, we really don't know. So we like to try to cook as much as we possibly at home. You know, most of the time if we go to the restaurants, it's for chip and dip and some margaritas. So, but that's Carol's thing. So when we go to the restaurants, that's most of the time what y'all are seeing is we're just going and hanging out and fellowshipping with other team members and stuff like that. But yesterday it was like coming towards the end of the evening, and we was getting, you know, I was hungry. I needed to eat, and she's like, "Oh, I got y'all. We're gonna bring y'all somewhere perfect." In the middle of nowhere, Hicktownville, maybe a stop sign in that town, if that. There was a area where you dove in the road and it opened up, and there was a bunch of old houses that they have put together and made a little community where people would come in and do blacksmithing and leather work and, actual hands work back in the day. And it was a bunch of Mormons, and I guess, and this, that, and the other. But every Sunday they do unlimited fried chicken, all you can eat, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, peach cobbler, cornbread. Oh man, we sat there and filled up. So you was just talking about soul food a while ago. Yeah, we got some yesterday, and it was so good to sit there and get that stuff, and then just have a belly full and then ride home. And the good thing is I was not driving, so I got to sit in the back seat and take a nap with that full belly. So it was good. So yes, what are you doing to have your fun with life? No matter where you're going. Yes, you may operate a business. Yes, it may be online. Just always remember, never leave home without a camera. Never leave home without your cell phone. Things happen and you see it in nature, and you see things going on. And then most people are like, "Oh, that's pretty." I want y'all to put it in your mindset right now. Pick up the damn phone, video it. You never know. That might be your $1 million video. You know, a bunch of creatures running across the road, or you out in the middle of nature, or you having fun in life. And that's what people are wanting to see, the documentation of a lifestyle change and how we shifted our lives. And it all started with the morning motivation. It all started with an energy process that we had to work ourselves through to be able to know that we are that power source. We could get rid of those opinions. We could get rid of those thoughts from everybody else. We could start clearing the clutter that we have put in here. We can start rewiring the thought processes that we have had or been taught over the years. And then you start rewiring all that right there and knowing I have the energy, you know, because I don't know how many of you practice a martial art or practice like Tai Chi or karate or whatever it is, you know. So, but what is this first thing that they teach you? How to slow down your energy, how to slow down your thought process, how to get yourself in tune of what you're about to do on putting this leg off over here, kicking that person over there. And if you're not thinking about that thought process before you do it, then guess what? You're probably going to fall on the floor. So you're getting yourself in a balance. You're getting yourself in what we call the chi. You know, you're correcting alignment with everything that you have, and that's the core energy that is aligned with you. So once you align everything and you get that knowledge right there, and you have that source power right there, and then now you've got a control of it all. And knowing when you wake up with that ache and pain, it's like, oh, hang on, let me lay back just for a second. And then you can tell yourself, remove those pains from my body. That is not what I wanted to wake up to. Remove them. So now let me get up without pains with ease and be able to have my motion and ability that I need today. I can't tell you how many times when I was going through the rehealing process of being able to walk, I have half a filling in my right foot, as most of you know. So my big toe and the other two toes, I cannot feel. So when I was having to relearn that walking process, it was a process that I had to put in my head every day that I will do this. I will get back on that foot. I will get up every day and I will walk on it. I will figure out my balance and what I need to be able to get myself back in motion again. So that's what I did every day. I got up and I stayed dedicated. So if you're wanting to quit smoking, if you're wanting to quit alcohol, if you're wanting to get that diet going, if you're wanting to get yourself in a better thought process, you have to get up and do it daily, period. Stay focused on you. Many people will not understand your journey and what you're doing. I don't care how many years it takes you of them not understanding. Keep going for you. You know, what is that Think and Grow Rich book? That guy that wrote it, right? That guy asked him, he said, I'm going to give you a challenge or a job task to go and talk to all the leaders, all the millionaires, all the people and how they did it, right? He said 20 years, his friends never understood his journey, but he stayed dedicated to it because he's seen the bigger picture of what this was going to bring to the table, not knowing that that book was just going to be that big, so he stayed dedicated because he's seen the picture that the mentor asked him to do. So I'm asking you every day when you come in here, I'm asking those that's watching this on the live feeds or on the recordings, start typing in there and telling us how this has shifted your life. Start typing in the YouTube channel and giving us some on Thomas Lee Warden and give us some information back on how this process has shifted your life. Let other people know exactly how they can do the same process by coming and watch this. It's recorded on Thomas Lee Warden YouTube channel, and this is where it'll be going out. You can subscribe and send it out all day long. Those in your family or friends that you think that need a different guidance system. Maybe they're not into books. Maybe they're not into something, but maybe this might be something that grabs them. Send it to them. And then now let's spread this out to the world. And what I message and I challenge everybody is the 365 days. 365 days we're doing this. We're being in here, and we're 8 months strong right now. So we're right around that corner for one year. So we're right around that corner from being able to bring information out to the world like we do to touch thousands of people. Because all we need to shift is one person's life. And then that one person could change the world. So I know every day when I get in here that maybe the one person that I talk to or that catches this message is shifting their life and their energy, because that's what we're bringing to the table every day. Whew, I love it. I'm having fun with it. And if y'all aren't, then you need to. If not, then I'll see y'all later. Have a good day. This isn't for everyone. And not everyone you talk to will understand it. But that's okay. Because I promise you, if you just make sure that you have done your part to send the information, then they can never come back to you and say, hey, well, why didn't you send that to me? Or why didn't you let me know about that business? Or why didn't you let me? It's like, whoa, I did. My heart is clear. I'm doing what I need to do to move me. I offered you the opportunity and the chance to be able to even just listen. You didn't even want to go and listen because this is not being paid for. This is free. So all they have to do is listen. So if they choose to listen, then their life will shift. But if they're not, then they still have the blocks up, because we're in a cult, and I like my cult. This cult right here, we're having a good time because all we're doing is spreading love and happiness. Hey, every day. All right, I'm going to open it up to the floor. Who wants to say something this morning? Nobody. Go, Brother JJ. Here we go.
I've got something I want to add to what you said about Think and Grow Rich, because I always thought this was really interesting. It was Andrew Carnegie, who was one of the richest men in the world at the time, who was giving that job to Napoleon Hill to go interview all these successful people. And here you have one of the richest people on the planet, and he's asking you to do this job. And the one caveat to it is that you got to do it for free, not paying you anything to do it. And Napoleon Hill, when this offer was given to him, he had his hand in his pocket and he was fiddling around with the little tiny bit of change that he had to his name. And so, I always thought that was an interesting thing, where you're somebody who's pretty much flat broke, you're down to your last nothing, and the richest man in the world wants you to do a job for free. Ended up writing the most successful success book in the history of the world. So I guess the message in that is that it's not always about the money. You gotta have the vision of what you can create, and the money will come with it. And that's kind of why I do what I do, and the way I do it is, there's a lot of people out there that are in the online world, that they won't help you unless you're on their team. Unless they're making money off of you, they're not going to help you. I ran into several of those kinds of people. They're like, oh, no, I'm not helping you. I charge $500 an hour. You're not on my team. Oh, but you said in the webinar that you're happy to help anybody. Oh, but yeah, if they're on my team. And, so I'm with Napoleon Hill in that regards. I'll do it for free. And I'll get more than money out of it in the long run. So, anyway, you guys, I love you all. I've got to boogie out of here a little early today because we got a special con show coming up, Con Family, and I need a little bit of time to get prepared for it. So I love all of you. Have yourselves an awesome day. And of course, don't forget your hugs. Hooty hoo. Send me that recording, Thomas, so I can get it out on my page. Thanks, buddy.
Yes,
love
sir.
you guys.
Good day. Love and appreciate everything that you do. Keep up the awesomeness, brother. Right. And that's what it's about, guys. We're out here. We're sharing. We're giving our love. Every day we're coming because we know the transition of working for someone to going to work for yourself, or even just getting the different areas of happiness within your life for the day. Even if it's you're coming here just for the positive note, the positive kickstart, that's awesome. That is a start to moving your life into a different direction. So there's many people that we have that's in here within the online world, within our organizations, and just people that's coming in here on a day-to-day basis or watching the recordings. We do this every day because we know what it has done for our life. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just how can we improve it a little bit better every day? So I know that the positive energy, the good words, the gratitude for everything that I have in my life, the now time space reality, I know that shifted my life. That brought me out of the darkness. And then getting in connection with my source energy and talking to him on a day-to-day basis now, that right there is another shift that I had in my life that I didn't have before. So once I connected in with him, then it brought in a whole lot more stuff than I could ever imagine. And it's one of those, I'm enjoying the damn ride. Let's put it that way. I don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't know everything that's going to hold for today. I just know my intentions that I have for today and the things I want to do. So I'm going to start heading towards those. And my first start was to get up this morning with a happy smile on my face, good energy, and to say thank you for the loved ones in my life, and to say thank you for all of you wonderful people right here today for being in here with us. And then, just that right there, boom, there goes my day. It started. Right. So I gave it good intentions, good vibrations. And now when I leave out of these doors and I go outside in there to the real world today, then I know I can handle it with my head up, my shoulders back, and no one is going to affect my direction that I'm going. Period. So, all right. So we're going to open it up one more time. Brother Ryan, are you in here this morning? Did you have anything?
Hey, Thomas. No, I'm a little bit busy here this morning. I won't be able to get a reading in here, but I'm listening the whole time. Much love, everybody.
Much love, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for everything that you do. All right. Is anybody else in here that's got anything before we pass this on to Miss Shannon to wrap us up with an affirmation? All right. Awesome. Miss Shannon, we're going to pass it on to you.
Buenos dias. Good morning. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. If you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams, and you will always look lovely. Each morning when I open my eyes, I say to myself, I love you, and I have the power to make me happy today. I wake up every day and I think, I'm breathing. It's a great day. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment. Every day above earth is a good day. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact.
Love it. Awesome message. Flows right in there. So, guys, I love and appreciate everybody that's coming out and spent the day with us, and all those that are catching this on the recording. Leave something in the chat section for us. Let us know what you've got out of this, if it's bringing something of inspiration to your life and how it has shifted your life. We love and appreciate you all. This is on the Thomas Lee Warden YouTube channel, and go and subscribe. Have a good day, guys. Love and appreciate you all.